save. Bye. See you guys later. So, game night just ended, but there's still a little stuff to do. We got to put the game away. So let's get to the table, and I will show you how to put away Dead of Winter. So this is how your game board might end up looking after an epic game of Dead of Winter. So what I'm going to show you is how I like to put the game away back into its original box. So first of all, you got to get everything off all these little boards, which this video seems like, really? You're telling me how to put away my game? But sometimes fitting everything back into the box is a bit of a challenge. So that's what I'm going to show you. So I'm going to gather all the dice here. I did that one. Get that die. Get all little tokens over here. And tokens. Any little bits. Gotta grab the food here. And that there. We have our useless survivors here, which were very useless in our game tonight. And then we have some of these barricades that were around. I think I grabbed them all. Let's see here. We got some zombies here. I'm going to put over here in Zombie Alley. And Survivor. She goes over here with all of them. And these zombies will come over here in Zombie Alley. Oh, see? You can always find little bits. First player marker will go right there. So we need to make stacks of all the different cards. So let me grab everybody's survivors. I'm just going to stick those into the survivor deck over here to the side. We have all of these item cards along with our crisis card. I'm going to move off the board. And all of our objectives. I leave them in a stack. You're supposed to just have the one out, but it's just easier just to have them in a stack. Get those off the board, flip the board. You're going to set that aside. The board goes into the box last, of course, like most games. So, what I like to do, I like to take everybody's cards here and sort them back into piles. Now what you have to do is you have to go back into the box, and you're going to have to find the starting items. You'll have that stack, and there's another stack here. You just get these off to the side here. So everything will go into its stack that's still laid out that I have here. So we have gas station, starter, and gas station. Also, you need to get everybody's secret objective card here. And we didn't have a betrayer this turn. We'll just go around. So I like to keep them separate. So that way you can easily shuffle the one in. There are our betrayer cards, and here are the non-betrayer cards. Just making sure those are all non-betrayers. I put those in one stack. So we have our starting items. And I always make sure, and I go through, just to make sure we don't have something in the wrong deck. Because it is very easy to mix these up because they all have the same back. So with that, I always flip them over. They have that little thing at the very bottom. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it tells you what deck it belongs into. So there's that. I'm just going to double check these just because I like to know that these, yep, see right here, PlayStation, that was in the wrong deck. So sometimes it happens, and sometimes there's game elements that do put them into another deck. So let me go through the rest of these, and perfect. So Now that is all set. So I'm gonna put everybody's player cards there. They're gonna go into the box. All the instructions in the box. Whenever you need them, they're easily available. But those will go on top with the board. So I set those off to the side. Now inside the box I have the extra player boards, which we did not need for this game. I have all of the bags. Now this is one thing that I absolutely love about this game. Plaid Hat Games, thank you. Thank you for giving me bags. When I opened up this game originally, these bags were just sitting in the box, waiting for game. These were extra. These were completely unexpected, so it is awesome that a game company would know that, hey, once you punch everything out and you play the game, you're going to need bags to put everything into. So this is something that is awesome. I wish more game companies would do this. This makes storing the game so much easier. It makes it so that way you don't have to go and find your own little bags to fit everything into. These are awesome. You also have two smaller bags, one with the little fat and one with a little red thing. Also in the game, I have my Kodiak Kobe promo stuff just because I wanted to keep it because I put it in the game and well, I like to have it. But I just throw it in the box, don't use it. I also have these extra dice. I bought these after listening to the Plaid Hat podcast talking about them, and these are just really awesome frosted dice. They are a little bit more thematic than the blue dice that you get in the game, but I knew I was going to be doing this video, so we played with the blue dice this game. So these, I keep inside its little container thing here, and this actually fits into the box perfectly. Actually, it fits over here onto this side. So let me move all this stuff so you can see everything going into the box. So of course, in the bottom of the box, you're going to put all your player references and all the location things. So what I do is I keep all these decks separate. It just makes it easier when setting up the next game. So there go all the locations, and all those are into the box. Then I take the big plastic bags that came in the game and I assemble all of the decks separately. So all the location decks will get their own separate bag. And you try to squeeze the air out of them as you do that, because that makes them go into this little area awesomely. Now, when you get to about this, you can fit one more in there. Let me just get this last one here. Okay. So, this last one will start a new row in here, because you're pretty much right at the line that they give you inside the box, and that stuff doesn't shift around. So then the Crossroads cards is a very, very thick deck of its own. So that gets a bag all by itself. So let's put that in there. Whoops. Squeeze out the air. So Crossroads cards. Then what I like to do is I like to take the Exile deck, let's do the Exile deck, and let's do the starter cards. So I like to put the starter cards, the Exile deck, and the character cards all together in one stack. All fitting in nicely. Then I will take the scenario cards and all of the crisis cards, put those into one stack, and there's that, and one last of the big bags here. So that will be all of the secret objective cards. So that is all of the cards into that one side of the box. So now the other side, and we have 2 more bags left. So the small bag is the one that I like to put all of the dice in. So we'll grab all of those. Get all of those in there. And this bag, I'm going to shuffle it around and try to make it as flat as possible. So that way everything fits in there. Then I like to take all of the tokens from the game, and those will go into the bag here, this bag that they gave me with a little red top here. And then I also like to put the first player marker inside that same bag. Do nicely. Put that in there, kind of wiggle that so that gets flat. And then I scoop up all of the survivors and dump them in the box. So every single one in the box, gently get those in there. And you grab all the zombies out of Zombie Alley here and throw those into the box. Wiggle them around, make sure you got a flat area, you got nobody's arms sticking up here. Then goes the game board. Instructions go on top. And that is how you put away Dead of Winter. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter, and like my Facebook page. Follow me on the web at cloakandmeeple.wordpress.com. If you'd like to contact me, please email me at cloakandmeeple@gmail.com.